Namaskaram everyone, hi. Today I wanted to share my experience of inner engineering, how I resisted doing it and the benefits I experienced from the program. So yeah, let's get started. I left my home when I was 21 for my job, and I started living away from my family and closer to work. I was living alone in Bangalore, and I used to manage my own rent, my expenses, along with taking care of the family. There were many a times when I hardly had any money by month end, even for my meals. And as years passed, situations started to get more difficult, and I used to have stress, anxiety and insomnia just thinking about all the uncertainties in my life. And that is when Dilip introduced me to Sadhguru and inner engineering in 2016. The fear of God on one side and the path of seeking and yoga was not completely new to me, being brought up in an orthodox South Indian family. I had hit rock bottom within myself at various stages in my life, and I was seeking for a long time. But I didn't know the difference between solace and seeking solutions for my problems. Whenever I watched Sadhguru's videos, I could hardly understand, a few sentences that he was saying, but there were always two key takeaways. One was I was left with a feeling that there was something more to life than what I knew, and there was also doubt about how does Sadhguru speak in depth about varieties of topics and answer questions, which with so profoundly. So, and later I didn't get the chance to do inner engineering. I traveled abroad, and coming to abroad, it felt very refreshing, but it did not address the turmoil within me. However, there came even more problems when Dilip decided to do inner engineering in Bangalore. Spirituality was one of the common interests between me and him, and we used to discuss about every Sadhguru's video. But after he did inner engineering, things started to change. He started to convince me to do inner engineering. He started to force me to do it, and he used to say that inner engineering will help me in one or the other way with the situations that was happening within me and in my life. I don't know what it was, but I just kept giving reasons saying this is not the right time, I'm very busy, I have a lot of responsibilities, and I don't have time to do this 40-day, this program, and then keep up the practice for 40 days and continue doing the practice every day for another 6 months. It was just many reasons to avoid doing the program. The program was also happening in a different city than where I lived. I just don't know what exactly it was, but I felt doing inner engineering is not going to solve my problems, and I was very, very hesitant to just do the program. Growing up, I had attempted to learn physical yoga postures from books and looking at videos online. None of them had helped me in my life, so I was very skeptical about doing the IE program. Finally, after a lot of hesitations, I did Isha Kriya in 2016, and Isha Kriya made me realize I could sit with my eyes closed with not much activity for 10 minutes. That was possible for me. And later I did the inner engineering online 7 classes. And the only reason I did it was because it was mandatory. The completion of inner engineering was mandatory to attend the Yogeshwar Linga consecration that was happening in ashram in 2017. That was the only reason I did those 7 classes. Initially, I had thought inner engineering program is some sort of a philosophy, or it is about enforcing the fear of God into me. To my surprise, that was not the case. Every sentence Sadhguru spoke felt like he was addressing a particular problem in my life. It felt like he knew what were the ups and downs I had been through in my life, and the realization that the source of my problems is not some God sitting up there was a relief. But also realizing that the source of happiness is within me, it gave me a sense of freedom. It felt like there was a mirror held to me, and all I had to do was just look deep within myself. After that, things went on a fast track. We got married in the ashram later in the year. At that point, all the hesitations within me had dropped, and I started to seek solutions, and I wanted to get initiated into the Shambhavi Mahamudra practice. In early 2018, I got initiated into the Shambhavi Mahamudra. And after a few months of practice, my manager at work addressed me as an angel of patience, and that really surprised me, because I was someone with short temper, and hearing those words from him felt like there was a change in me. But this does not mean inner engineering solved all the problems in my life. The situations pretty much outside is more or less the same, but how I see the situations has changed. Things don't affect me so much as before. My insomnia went away, and I started to fall asleep easily. This might sound very silly, but the value of sound sleep is immense for a mind that is occupied by worries. And with respect to my mental health, I know I can't hit rock bottom, because there is always the safety net of the practice. And as years passed with doing the practice, I slowly started to get back my smile, which was very much present in my childhood, but was somewhere lost growing up, burdened by all the difficult situations. My body has become slightly sensitive to the food that I eat and my environment, oversensitive sometimes, but it has helped me to choose my lifestyle consciously. With inner engineering, Sadhguru's insight definitely helped me to clear my mind, but more importantly, I feel that he instilled a sense of cleanliness within me, keeping the surroundings clean, making sure the environment around me is clutter-free, and wherever I spend time is become a second nature to me. And there is also a constant sense of self-inquiry that happens from time to time. And whenever I sway away from my path, I feel there is a guidance of some sort to help me with my worries. Now I often ask Dilip, why didn't he force me strong enough so that I could have done the practice way sooner? But it's been nearly 4.5 years now. I have been doing the practice every day without a break. Probably it's because I was so hesitant to do the practice, and I finally surrendered to seeking that I value the Kriya the most. And keeping all the benefits aside, doing the practice every day regularly is not a joke. In the initial days, even in my sleep, I used to fear, what if I miss the practice? And but after all these years, and I feel I don't fear that I would miss the practice anymore. It's an important part of my life, and it's the top priority in the day. No matter what happens, I know the Kriya will happen now, and I've just learned to manage the other things in the day so that it doesn't occupy the sadhana time. The intensity of practice is not the same every day. Sometimes I enjoy the practice, sometimes it feels so boring to just sit there for 21 minutes. Throughout these 4.5 years, every day the sadhana has been different. Whenever the focus in my sadhana goes slow, I do the guided Shambhavi on Sadhguru app. It has helped me to bring back the focus to my sadhana. This practice is not something to be forced upon, but if someone wishes to do this on their own, I think it will be one of the best choices. The cost and the timelines of doing the program is nothing compared to what I gained in return for this life. Namaskaram. Hi.